Do you want to be cool? Well, impress your friends with these crazy Hanzo rollouts and spots. The Riz is guaranteed to blow everyone's mind. So get ready for the hundreds of friend requests, because you're gonna be the center of attention. Or maybe you don't have friends, or you don't like attention, and you just want to feel like a lone wolf assassin. Well, either way, I got you covered in the first episode of Hanzo rollouts to impress your friends. Dorado Edition. Like, let's say you get picked off instantly at the start of Dorado A-point defense. Don't lie to me, it happens to everyone. But anyways, when you are doing the walk of shame back, you can actually slide over this part here without using wall climb to instantly climb up to the high ground. And this way you can assist your team like 2 seconds faster. Also, if your team is still holding the high ground, or if you're a quick play Hanzo main who just wants to go for a crazy flank, you can continue the wall here and do a disgustingly clean sliderino rollout all the way to the bridge here. Also, something extremely important about this rollout. Like, obviously you will do this rollout before the match starts, when you're coming out of spawn. Maybe you are even getting pocketed by a mercy, so it would be really embarrassing if you failed the rollout. But thankfully, you can actually continue the slide over to this roof, which should give you just enough time to get your lunch off cooldown, so it will just look even more impressive, like you suddenly turned into Tony Hawk or something. And as an added bonus, you will have just enough time to get into the spawn kill position that I will show you next. You kinda just move until there is only a tiny gap between the 2 buildings here, and shoot somewhere around here, and the arrows will go straight to the door. And here's an in-game clip to kinda just show you that it does actually work.
TikTok lineup.
This next one is actually really useful. Sometimes one of the enemies gets stuck in this corner here, while the rest of his team just backs up, and you can actually just slide over this roof here and surprise him.
My arrows fly true.
Oh, and you can also do this in reverse, of course, especially if you want to safely chase the enemy team back into their spawn after winning a fight. Also, sometimes, for example, the attacker's Widowmaker is hiding up here on this yellow roof, but if you wall climb up this pole here, you can safely boost yourself to the other rooftop, while also being able to start loading your bow mid-air. You can also kinda do the previous rollout when attacking, but just make sure you know where the enemies are, or else you might just land in the middle of the whole enemy team. You can also do this attack version in reverse on defense using the scooter here. It's a very good way to catch the enemy Echo or Pharah who are just chilling on this roof here. Okay, then next up we got the assassin cactus spot, like, get it? Because you basically have to like sit on a cactus, whatever. But anyways, even though you are technically in the enemy's view when they walk towards B point, there's some piñatas and stuff on the way, so as long as you're not playing with a very bright colored skin that stands out, you probably won't get noticed until you start shooting. You can also get onto the cactus from the attacker side, but it's a bit sketchy. You kind of have to use the ultra loud lunge ability, so probably not worth it. Also, another crazy assassin spot right here, especially if you're attacking. The enemies might just walk right past you as well. And if you're crazy in the head, you can try this surprisingly difficult slide onto the other arc here. That definitely didn't take me like 50 plus tries to even get it to work semi-consistently. Oh, and here's also the assassin sign. Like, this one is a tiny bit sketchy. Like, depending on the player and the situation, they might be looking up enough to see you, or they might just walk past you. At least if your teammates are behind the corner as well, the enemies will probably be too distracted to notice you. And then, of course, there is the classic corner as well. Just use the underground tunnel if you want to get there as sneakily as possible, and then just wait for the enemies to peek. Next up, we got the alleyway rollout. I don't really know why you would be here, but if you do somehow manage to end up here and the enemies are chasing you, you can actually just cleanly slide over the roof here to safety. It's pretty hard to do perfectly, so you might screw it up, but don't worry. Just wait for the cooldown to go, and then you can do the second lunge to finish going over this second roof here. This one is really cool, but also very situational. You could use it on attack to escape from the enemies, or if you're defending B point and want the team fight, you could chase the survivors, get an extra pick, and then slide back over the roof. Also for you assassins here, here's a spot. Yeah, like right here. Boo. Okay, this one is actually hilarious. Like, I got my girlfriend to chase me as Roadhog for this clip, and I ended up completely juking her out. This one works with all characters. All you gotta do is just drop down to this door frame here, hug the corner, and don't move. And now it's time for my new favorite spot. And this one is a tiny bit tricky. Sometimes you don't get the momentum / wall climb reset from this part here, but what I've learned is that the most important thing to do is first of all, hold W, the forward key. And you also want to land to this spot here. And a warning for you tryhards out there, just watch out that you don't slide right into something that you can't handle. Especially if you're above the metal ranks, this very loud landing thump sound is probably gonna get you noticed if they're close enough. Not really much to do on C point. You can hide here if you want, and you can actually roll over the rooftop to get straight into the hard flank to cause some chaos in their backline. And then just jump to the mega if you take too much damage. But let's be real here. It would be way sneakier to just go from below the roof, but especially for you quick play Hanzo mains, this is how you do it the badass way. Then next up, a bunch of questionable bonus spots. Starting off with a couple spots found by Carl Hode from the community Discord. If you're not in the Discord yourself yet, the link is in the video description as well. And then we have this one here. Moved into the bonus category because of the one-shot nerf. It's still a pretty good aggression spot to take down the enemy Pharah or Echo, but the main reason you got up here before is because of the spawn kill potential. You can still one-shot Widowmaker, for example, but otherwise you will need to be damage boosted to make this work. Also, here's an old clip of me actually hitting that shot.
I can kill them all if you kill something and get the DPS off me.
Yeah, jag lagar Tracer. Let's go team!
What?
Also, if you're on the attacking side, after capturing the first point, you could go for a cheeky headshot here by sliding on the roof. Especially if they are already fighting your team, even a body shot might be enough to get that kill. Okay, this one is disgusting and also disgustingly hard. But like, please send me a clip if you manage to do this bounce. I'm not sure if people enjoy this type of content, so if you want more, make sure you like and comment with what map you want next.
Assassinated! Subscribe right now.